Chupa, how good was that man on pitch there? Not Palmer, João Pedro, who came sort of halfway through this tournament.
Yeah, incredible. The last game already, and today again. Not only the goal, the way he created the goal with his run, then he got a very good setup from Cole Palmer. But he was working so hard the whole game, making so many important runs, and yeah. Big game from him.
He feels at home, doesn't he? I mean, he's only been at the club 2-3 weeks now. He feels at home the way he plays. You know, he's always involved. He's getting stuck into things, running behind, coming short when he has to. You know, everything about him just oozes class, and that's what we want. And he takes those chances as well. The finishing, the confidence, the calmness, just think it over Donnarumma. You know, absolutely fantastic finish.
Chelsea fans will be looking forward to the Premier League now, Sam. How far are we away from competing with Liverpool, Arsenal and Man City? On what you've seen from them in this tournament so far, how far away are they from competing with those three?
I don't think they're far at all. I think last season it kind of got just before Christmas and everyone was talking about them as contenders. So obviously they're a young team, they kind of fell off. But I think they'll learn a lot from that. But I think they've shown character as a team to come back, win the Europa Conference League, now win this. And I think confidence will be booming. They'll have that self-belief now.
It's an incredible achievement, isn't it? Again, before the tournament, we were talking about so many more teams apart from Chelsea.
Yeah.
And Chelsea have almost come, you might say, from the easiest side of the draw, but they've had to get the job done regardless. And to beat this PSG side and to not concede against that front three, who were basically non-existent, is an incredible achievement.
Yeah, I know a lot of people say, you know, we got the easiest draw, but you still have to beat what's in front of you, and we did that. We won our games, and we got to the finals, and now we've absolutely destroyed PSG. You know, that did what they did. Sorry, Gareth Bale did to your former team 4-0. We've done to them what they did to Real Madrid. But it just shows not only just winning this trophy as well, the money that we will get, the prize money that we're going to get from this. It's
over
just going to
£100 million.
It's just going to help the club massively in terms of FFP. You know what I mean?
Who are they buying next? Can't buy a goalkeeper now because he had a great game.
No, we are still buying a goalkeeper. Still not convinced at all, but let's give credit where credit is due. He had a great game today, Robert Sanchez. I give him that, but he had a great game today.
Chupa, look, we're going to do a proper debrief on PSG, but very quickly, I mean, this PSG side who dominated world football for the last 12 months, how surprised were you watching that? Because we all thought they're going to get back into it, and then nothing, it was flat.
Exactly, of course I'm a bit disappointed because I expected much more, and yeah, the lack of intensity, there was no power. They seem to be tired a little bit, I don't know. At the end of the day, I think maybe it was a mental thing. I'm not sure. Everybody was talking about PSG, like you said, and on the other side, Chelsea did a great job. The midfielders did a great job against Vitinha, João Neves, and the others. And yeah, PSG couldn't play their football, and yeah, at the end, well-deserved win for Chelsea.
We spoke about the Reece James selection in midfield, and we were kind of, you know, questioning Enzo whether or not he made the right tactical decision to put Reece in there. In the end, it worked.
Yeah, it worked perfectly. I said it, maybe the manager, something that the manager probably had tried, you know, a day before in training. Sometimes when managers do try something in training, and if they believe that it works, it doesn't matter. They're not going to change it. They will go with it. He was really, really good today. You know, he was in that midfield alongside Caicedo. They complemented each other really well today. Of course, with Fernandes playing just ahead of them. Everything they did in that midfield, they didn't give those three of Vitinha, João Neves, and Fabian Ruiz the time on the ball. When you give those guys time on the ball, they will destroy you. That's what we didn't give them today. And when we had to play out from the back, we were so brave. You know, that's what I want to see with this new Chelsea side. Young team, brave team that wants to play football. I said it, that the only way we can beat Paris Saint-Germain is to be able to play out of that pressure. And we did that today with quality. And of course, in the final third, we were very, very clinical when we had to be.
I wish we had a lip reader as part of our team. I'd love to know what's being said between these two right now. Like, maybe I can turn you into a midfielder, Reece, like, if you fancy that. Look, they had the benefit, I guess, of watching Real Madrid and how they collapsed against PSG, and they probably looked at that and thought, okay, we're not making those same mistakes. Everyone's got to run, and it's got to be high intensity.
I think everybody's been doing that, but I think, yeah, you can see that the manager's obviously got the tactics.
Look happy, does he? Is he happy or not? I can't tell.
To be fair, they're waiting a long time to get their trophy. I'm not sure the PSG players are too happy, but no, I think he got his spot on, and like John said, they got a tactical masterclass, especially with the way Reece James played in there with Caicedo.
It's been incredible from the MetLife Stadium. 2 semi-finals and a final have been here. A record attendance today, over 81,000. in here as well, which, again, it's incredible, isn't it? 81,000 here. For Chelsea, what do you think they need to do in the transfer window to kick on again? Because that's what it is. You can't stand still in it. They always say strengthen from a place of strength.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think obviously we've just talked about the prize money that's going to come into the football club. I still believe that we do need a top goalkeeper. Like I said, Sanchez, he had a brilliant game today, but going into the new season with the Champions League, the Premier League, I think you still need another top goalkeeper that's going to come in and compete with him. You know what I mean? That's going to be there. The healthy competition is very, very important. And we've seen that when you do that. We've seen that with the signing of João Pedro and Delap as well. Now you can see that the team, we're taking our chances, we're scoring goals. So I love to see that. Another centre back also coming to the football club. So a healthy competition is very, very important. I love to see the club go out there and spend as well.
Okay, we are nearly ready for the trophy presentation. PSG players aren't clearly, so we are going to cross over. So a commentary team to take over from now. It's Andros Townsend, and once again with Conor McNamara.
Yes, Paris Saint-Germain will reflect, rebuild, wonder where it all went wrong today. But this is a day that's not about regrets. It's about reward. Chelsea, written off by so many, have penned their own footballing fairy tale here in the Garden State today. Well, the Chelsea fans have had much to ponder and wonder in recent years about the direction of this team. But it would look that there is a very bright future from a manager who has come in and where some very high-profile names have struggled. Enzo Maresca has got a very firm grip of this Chelsea team and club as a whole.
He has, and we're talking about the youngest, one of the youngest teams in the competition, the oldest player being 27. That is a hell of a feat to win the Club World Cup with the youngest squad. The future's so bright for this squad and the young manager, Enzo Maresca, who has done what more experienced managers hasn't been able to do. That's find an answer to this PSG monster, and he's toppled them.
Todd Bowley there, and Nasser El Khelaifi, two men who know their way around the business end of football and the huge investments that have been made, creating two teams that have reached this final. Chelsea rising to the occasion in the sunshine of the MetLife Stadium, where all that glitters is very much gold today. Chelsea fans who waited so long, but they would wait forever. And it's days like this that when you've been through perhaps some of the harder times that are all the more satisfactory.
100%, and these guys have had a long season. Teams are playing pre-season games today, and they still haven't finished the previous season. But days like today make it worth it when you win a trophy, and all the hard work is worth it. And these Chelsea players are now going to go on holiday finally and enjoy their holidays as world champions.
Yes, the season that went on for so long finally reaches the happiest of conclusions for Chelsea Football Club. These are moments to savor, and the experience of being in camp together here in the United States, traveling between the different cities, appears to have forged a bond amongst this young Chelsea team. And Reece James prepares to lift the Club World Cup trophy. A player who's had injury problems in his career. This will be a very special moment coming up for him. In 12 months' time, the World Cup final will be held here on this very pitch in this very stadium. So many of the players involved in this club competition will be hoping to be representing their nations. But this new competition, which has put together opponents that we've never seen competitively against each other before, and in the backdrop of the American summer, there have been stories written here that will be remembered for a long time, particularly down the King's Road at Fulham. And Chelsea, who are going to savour the glory and the respect that is going to come with a competition like this. I'm sure they'll have a little logo on their shirts next season to let everyone know that they are the reigning world champions.
and the fans will have bragging rights for the next 4 years. Nobody will be able to say anything to Chelsea fans because they are world champions, not for 1 year, but for 4 years until 2029. Wow, what an achievement.
Largest capacity stadium in the NFL. It's great to see most of the fans are staying here to see the razzmatazz of the trophy presentation. So often in big footballing occasions, you will have a lot of the crowd disappointed and might leave early, but the greater majority staying on to see the crowning moment here. Over 3 years since Chelsea last played against a French club. Paris Saint-Germain, who had come up against so many English opponents. I mean, remarkably, today's game was the 9th time this season that PSG had played against an English team. The English national team, which of course famously has waited so long for glory on the international stage. It is an English club that is bringing home to London the FIFA Club World Cup trophy. All the different nationalities represented, of course, are the Spanish goalkeeper Sanchez, the likes of Cucurella, the Frenchman Gusto, the Ecuadorian Caicedo, the Brazilian Andre Santos, the Portuguese Neto, Argentinian. Club World Cup won by a club with a truly international playing staff. Paris Saint-Germain will be so disappointed given how well they have played, not just in this tournament but all year building up to it, having captured the quadruple of French Domestic League, French Cup, French Super Cup, the Champions League, of course. And it's a very proud footballing country, perhaps suitably beaten today by a team in blue. Chelsea, who had precision, they had passion. Most importantly, perhaps today, they had Palmer. Cole Palmer, whose young career continues to blossom, only turned 23 in May. He is hoping that this is just the beginning of the success for him. And we're told that the presentation party are in the tunnel and getting ready to enter the playing field here at MetLife Stadium. For young, maybe some too young to remember right here and right now, but they'll be told about it as we await the arrival of the two presidents. Whole host of awards to be presented here, as you can see. Likes of Golden Ball Award, Golden Glove Award. There are medals for the officials. Fair Play Award to be handed out today. Runners-up medals for Paris Saint-Germain. And most importantly, winning gold medals for each of the Chelsea squad. 2 goals from Cole Palmer in quick succession set Chelsea on their way. And by the time João Pedro had added the 3rd, Chelsea fans were already in celebration mode. It's now 14 wins from the last 16 games in all competitions to end the campaign for Chelsea. And they will hope they can begin next season the way they've now ended this one. Many had Paris Saint-Germain as the favourites. That was the talk about town. It ended up being fake news. There's going to be a lot of football enjoyed on these shores over the next 12 months. This Club World Cup whetting the appetite for the World Cup 2026 to come now in less than 12 months' time. And the US president very much bathing in the glow and enjoying the moment of the spotlight. Alongside Gianni Infantino, who knows the weight, both in gold and symbolically, of the trophy that they are about to deliver to Chelsea captain Reece James. This is a trophy the likes of which we've not seen before. It was designed by the luxury jeweler Tiffany's. There is a key which needs to be turned 3 times to fully open it up. That's all going to happen now. Images to be beamed around the planet, shared on social media. Final day of the Club World Cup. 63 games we've enjoyed. From the passion of the South Americans, the powerhouses from Europe ended up occupying the 2 spots for the final. And it is Chelsea who are bringing home the spoils. Gonzalo Garcia of Real Madrid collects the top goal scorer award. Breakthrough campaign for him. Player who'd been on the periphery ended up centre stage for the Spanish Giants. And the goal scored by Gonzalo Garcia ensured that he would be the tournament's top goal scorer. Desiree Doué collects the young player of the Club World Cup award, sparkling in the Champions League, so influential in getting Paris Saint-Germain to this final. And he, surely, Antros, will have several big chapters still to write in his career.
Yeah, he's a hell of a talent. To be keeping Barcola on the bench is no easy feat, but he's come in, he really has shown his quality with his right foot, with his left foot, his skills, his strength, his pace, his power. This young man really does have everything to go on and be a world-class player in the future.
Desiree Doué, the build of a rugby player, the feet of a dancer. Never nice to be on the losing side, but that is a reflection of what he has brought to this competition as a whole. What a day this guy has had. And headlines around the world, I'm sure, will focus on goals from Cole Palmer and João Pedro, but Robert Sanchez collects the Golden Glove, not just for his exploits today. He is the goalkeeper of the tournament.
And he would have to be flawless for Chelsea to get anything from this game. And not only was he flawless, but he went beyond that. Some of his distribution when he was making these top saves, unbelievable. Some of the balls with his foot in behind to João Pedro, to Liam Delap. When he's on this form, he is one of the world's top keepers. He just needs to focus on consistency, concentration, and to deliver that on a more regular basis.
Now, getting very used to taking centre stage. A man who tends to show up on the big days. It seems to bring the best out of him. Cole Palmer, 23 years of age, is named the player of the tournament at the FIFA Club World Cup.
Cold by name, cold by nature, and those 2 finishes really did epitomise Cole Palmer as a player. No rush, no stress, no panic. Just calmly slotted those identical finishes beyond one of the world's top goalkeepers in Donnarumma.
The match officials, led by Australian referee Alvizina Pagani, come up to receive their medals. Anton Shetlin and Ashley Beecham, the 2 assistants. 4th official Facundo Tiller from Argentina. It can be very difficult, thankless job at times, but without officials we don't get a game. And to be selected for this marquee game shows the standing which these match officials hold. Tatiana Guzman there, who was the assistant VAR for the game. Now, these are the medals that nobody wants to win. Paris Saint-Germain, whose season has glittered on the top of every podium they have come to before today. It has still been a remarkable campaign for a remarkable team. We haven't heard the end of this Paris Saint-Germain side, I'm sure. But that's the way football goes. And very, very seldom does one team get to win it all.
There's no doubt they've been the best side this season. Some of the top teams they've left in their wake on the way to this final has been breathtaking, but all good things must come to an end, and Enzo Maresca and Chelsea found a way to get the better of this PSG side. We didn't think it would happen, but Chelsea not only beat them, but they absolutely battered them.
Yes, Paris Saint-Germain, who finished top of their group, Group B. They were ahead of Botafogo, Atletico Madrid and Seattle Sounders. They then beat Lionel Messi's Inter Miami in the last 16. They were to beat Bayern Munich in the quarters. They were to beat the mighty Real Madrid in the semis. But the big games kept coming hard and fast, and Chelsea were able to produce a match-winning performance to deny Paris Saint-Germain further glory today. Luis Enrique, who replaced Christophe Galtier 2 years ago. They only lost 2 domestic league games all season in France, and both those defeats came after the title was already secure. Unbeaten in league until April. But it is runners-up medals for Badri Barcola and his colleagues today. Disappointment for Joe Neves and the manner of the red card for Vitinha, by the way, who has been voted second best player in the competition behind Cole Palmer. So the respect showed to the runners-up, but now the adulation for the winners. Moments to savor for the club that has won it all in the past, from Champions Leagues, Premier League titles, Europa Leagues, Europa Conference Leagues. You name it, they've won it, and it now includes the FIFA Club World Cup. The safest hands in New Jersey today, and the coolest ice veins. World champions. His stock has certainly risen, hasn't it? Brought Leicester to the Premier League, but winning the Europa Conference League was Enzo Maresca's first major title as a head coach. He has wasted no time in adding to it. Well, this is some accolade now. Enzo Fernandez, who's got the World Cup winners medal at home, now adds the Club World Cup medal to sit alongside it. Well, imagine Reece James is probably asking, so tell me how this key works. Do I need to lift the whole thing? We're about to find out. João Pedro, I mean, what a story. To join mid-tournament and end up playing such an important role. 2 goals in the semi, 1 goal in the final. How fascinating it's going to be to track what comes next in his Chelsea career. Nkunku against his old team will have a particular satisfaction in beating Paris Saint-Germain. Romeo Lavia down there getting his medal, unfit to play in the final due to injury. But there are others who all played their part at various stages and bring home a medal to treasure. But the most beaming smile is that of Reece James. Enzo Maresca, who worked as Pep Guardiola's assistant manager Learned a lot of tricks of the trade, but make no mistake, he is his own man now. Not only worked under Guardiola at City, played under Carlo Ancelotti, played under Marcelo Lippi, played under Juan de Ramos. Zico too in his playing career. He's learned little bits from all of them. It has been some journey to get here. Now, let's see how all this is going to work. Blue confetti in the air, blue shirts in the history books, blue hearts everywhere, bursting with pride. Everything Chelsea have touched today has turned to gold. Chelsea, the FIFA Club World Cup champions. What a day for them, what a journey, what a competition in the United States, and back to London with pride in their hearts. We'll have more reaction to it all to come.